Y'all had Adapt on Fear and 14 years, over half of my life. I'd be lying if I said this didn't hurt, but it had to be done. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of this journey. The best is yet to come. Wait, what the is going on? Bro, we literally just did an episode with Adapt. It's going to come out next Monday. What is going on? They all left? GG's. Aiden tweeted he bought FaZe Clan. Yeah, I saw Cutie tweet about it, but that's nothing. Like, that's a meme.
Say it, right? And I'll be the one that bear bad news, right? This whole FaZe thing, like, it's going to come to a halt very soon once the pressure has turned up. Because reality is, you guys have no equity in this, right? You're under no contract, right? And soon enough, one way or the other, one of you guys is going to want more, right? And it's going to break the cohesion of the group. You guys are getting you guys are getting rolled now, low key.
I'll be surprised if this shit lasts.
No, he's not pre-watching it. No, I can tell you that I don't think that's the case. Let me start by saying I always call XQC a fucking dumbass when it comes to politics, and when it comes to politics, he is a dumbass. At least he used to be an open-minded dumbass. But this is the type of shit where he's very good. He's actually very smart when he talks about stuff like this. This assessment that XQC is bringing up under different circumstances would probably be a solid one. And as a matter of fact, that's always going to be a pressure point with a lot of big egos in the realm of entertainment. So he's not wrong, but I don't think this is the case. I think there's an organizational issue. Like when he says you don't have equity, he means like you guys are just kind of chilling and you're popping off and you're making money and it's great, but like you guys are going to want to divvy up the sum in different ways. That I don't think is the main problem. Like he's saying there's a lot of big egos and you have no equity, you're going to want more. I don't think that's the case. I think it's an organizational problem.
It's unfortunate to say, right? And
XQC deserves negative benefit of the doubt. Nah, this is the one area where he is very knowledgeable. If there's one area where XQC is very knowledgeable, it's shit like this. This is his whole life. What are you talking about? It's like this and Overwatch. If you ask him about Overwatch, like playing Winston, he's going to be one of the best in the world. He's going to tell you everything you need to know. This, like organizations, like streamer culture, that sort of stuff, he is the most knowledgeable, one of the most knowledgeable people. At the end of the day, he literally, it was one of the biggest content creators on the planet for years. What is this? Fat Boy Max's cousin, or Fat Boy Max, Black Boy Max's cousin, Fat Boy Dip, reveals FaZe try to make Max pay $20K a month or give a percentage of his income to stay in the FaZe guest house. He says,
I'll give you one part. Gang, you see that little townhouse that Max was in and FaZe? They tried to make that pay 20 bands a month. What the fuck? Or give a percentage of myself. What the fuck? But Max is such a good he just, yo, bro, I just want to. And now he's like, Max, look crazy, look like egoed out. No, that shit not cool, though. Like, taking shit on the chin, making him look like this ego monster.
This guy's really cool, right? He was the one who was just, like, shitting on a bunch of, like, right-wing people after the Streamer Awards. Max's cousin, Fat Boy Dip. Yeah, he's chill. I forget what it was. I just remember watching a video of his that went viral.
Don't know the truth.
Banks, I have nothing to do with what's going on in FaZe Clan right now. I left 4 months ago and I moved on with my life. I'm fortunate to see. Wishing everyone involved the best. If there's anything I can do to help, I'm here. Nobody loves FaZe more than me. You know what's crazy? I haven't asked anybody about what the f going on. I mean, I knew that there was, you know, some shenanigans afoot, but I didn't know. Like, I didn't even ask them. And I genuinely have no idea. Like, I feel like I'm on the outside. Normally when stuff like this happens, I usually know what's going on, but I have no idea. And as someone who has phased up for basically the last decade or so, it's kind of making me phase down a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I know I've always told you guys, you know, never phase down, always phase up, but kind of feels like it's, we're phasing down a little bit. No, I don't think it's a bit. I don't think it's a bit at all. I don't think it's a bit at all, actually. Is Norm Finkelstein in FaZe still? I don't think so, man. I think FaZe Fink, he's out. This is the craziest. Yeah, Adapt would not tweet this out for a meme. Left at FaZe Clan, 14 years old, half my life. I'd be lying if I said this didn't hurt, but it had to be done. Why is Banks being blamed? I don't know. I feel like people blame Banks for a lot of stuff. His approval ratings are very down, but I don't know. PBM is about to talk about it on live, but I think it's an org-related problem, like with ownership. If I were to guess, I would say that it's like possibly org-related, but I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's strange. I never thought Adapt would leave FaZe. That's crazy. Like you said, he's spent over half of his life on FaZe, dude. He's been at FaZe for 14 years. He's 28. You understand? That sounds crazy to me. When Adapt joined FaZe, I was 10. Yeah. Damn, he was a baby when he started. Yeah, he was. And not once did he ever fake a trick shot, dude. The stream is titled The Truth. What the fuck? Streamness Finale, The Truth. This is all bait. They're going to add Max back. I don't think so, dude. I don't think so at all. They all left UAW this week too. You mean UTA? Dog, in this weird world for a brief moment, FaZe Clan was a part of the United Auto Workers in your mind? Like they actually left the United Auto Workers, UAW. Only in this community could someone mistake United Talent Agency, UTA, with UAW. It's such a funny, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, everybody's phasing up, dude. Sean Fain, more like Sean FaZe. What's up, guys? We're phasing the fuck up at the Dearborn Ford factory, Ford facility. Damn, Max has 50,000 people already waiting in 7 minutes. Holy shit. This is why when people were accusing these guys of botting, like the FaZe guys of botting, I was like, I don't think you understand how much like the next generation and TikTokers, like TikTok induced drama and real eyeballs that come along with it, with this kind of stuff. I'm 25 and I never hear people talk about these guys. Am I too old? Yes.
Cardi, thank you for that sub. League Hoppo, thank you for the sub. Bungers, thank you for the sub. Mason.
I don't think I've ever watched one of these guys' streams actually, except for like Jason when he flew out of that plane, when he jumped out of that plane. What if I started my stream like this next time? I'm too old for this. It's called roll call. I don't have aura like that, okay? I'm unk. I'm chunk. I'm chopped unk. I don't have aura. I can't be an aura streamer. Look at me. He doesn't even have any Christmas gear on. You know what I mean? It's the day of Christmas. I'm over here looking like Santa Claus.
A lot of big news happening the last 24 hours. I know a lot of people are looking to me for my thoughts.
He has a script and a soundboard.
I can share a little more of what led to my own departure and what I think may have been the feelings of my bros.
Bro, he has a soundboard and he has a script. I got nothing. Streamers are just crazy because imagine making kids feel like they can be famous for just being themselves. The whole idea is one of the most intoxicating you can imagine. I swear to God, I have the most like 38-year-old audience on this fucking platform, dude. I swear to God, I have the most, like, this is the most like 12-year-old audience right now, and I have the most like unk audience. FaZe no workers, right? Yeah. It is pretty crazy that like these orgs don't have better, I mean, it's crazy that like, because I guess the talent is so young, they straight up lock them into shitty contracts, I guess. I don't know. I've never been a part of an organization. How do orgs make money? They sell ads. But honestly, they don't. But the way that they make money is they sell ads. So they sell like across the board. It's basically the same as like any agency, like an ad agency. So they'll go and get like a big sponsor and they'll be like, oh, all of these are our top content creators. And they give a, depending on the deals that they have, they either give a percentage back to the streamers or they take a the ads they sell. Low key, instead of UTA, if they were a UAW, they wouldn't be having these issues though. Like maybe they should have been unionized.
Fuck that out.
Is he leaving FaZe or something? No, he left
yes,
already. He left first.
I'm gone for a couple months. I'm able to get my mental health back right.
And now that all the other FaZe members are leaving as well,
I'm able to
one by one, he's basically saying his piece. He's saying his truth. Bro, if you're 14, this is the worst Christmas ever. Yo, this is the worst Christmas gift of all time, dude. I'm phasing down. My brother is 21 and he's having a bad Christmas because of this? That's crazy.
To my boys.
If this isn't ruining your Christmas, you aren't phased up. I'm also 34 years old. Dude, they had such a good team. It's pretty crazy. Like they had a bunch of great talent. What they needed was FaZe Marks. FaZe Carl. Agent says they're likely going to make their own org now. I hope they do. Look, the reality is it's not all that sad at the end of the day. I mean, it's obviously doesn't feel too great right now, but all these guys are great content creators. They're all friends. They're going to be fine. They're going to be better. I mean, look at Max. Max left before anybody else did for one reason or another, and he has only blown up further in the process. So the reality is all of those other guys, like they were more beneficial to be on board with FaZe than the benefits that FaZe was giving them. Let's be real. As much as I say, you know, FaZe up, all this stuff, the reality of the matter is they got these guys early on. They saw something in them. They were all very talented. They were all very good. They had a great relationship as well with one another. But the thing is, they're not even like game streamers, so they're not even locked into like a video game. In the past, most of the people like with TSM, with FaZe in the past as well, they were video game streamers. So they had their ups and downs. If the game was like no longer as poppin' or as relevant, they would lose their audiences. But these guys are making original content. And that was not only new for FaZe, but that was just like new for orgs in general. Some of the other organizations were trying to do that as well, but like they're lifestyle content creators. So there is unlimited potential for every single person, right? So for them, they can just keep doing whatever they're doing, and they can do it on their own with more editorial creativity, with more editorial independence. They can continue collaborating with one another. Like at most, they just don't have like I guess the YouTube, but that's it. I miss everything. Can you sum it up? All of the new FaZe guys, they all left. I guess they had issues, like some kind of like org related issues, and I don't know why really. And Max had left beforehand. I think I can only assume that it was probably like the org wanted more control, or the org wanted more money, like a bigger percentage of something, like of the ads that they sell or the revenue that they generate potentially. A lot of these organizations, like they're not making a lot of money to begin with, and they do have some overhead, like with the rent and content creation and whatnot. This is not even a defense of the org, obviously, because I do think that this kind of stuff could be done without any corporate middleman. The corporation's entire goal is to make money. It's to generate revenue. They don't do anything, right? Because the entire product is them. The entire product is Max. It's Jason. It's Lacey. It's Ron. It's Silky. So it's this weird predicament where like it's even more in your face than the productive aspect that labor can only provide. Labor provides value. Not to get all socialist with it, but without labor, there is no value, right? Your bosses can't sit around and work in the factory floor by themselves and generate the same yield, generate the same output. So when the organization demands more, like when the bosses basically demand more from the content creators, they're like, well, I don't need to do that because they can do it on their own. As Lacey's mom correctly pointed out, FaZe, the organization, needs them more than these guys need FaZe, the organization.